So I would say, without a doubt, the best thing about this mod is when your guy gets surrounded, he says, "Oh, what?" Yo, what is up everybody? This is Bruchminati. What? The rolling down another World Conqueror 3 mod. This time we're checking out Future War or Temporal Conqueror mod. This has been out probably 2 months, maybe a little bit short of 2 months. Anyways, I seen it when it first came out, and the conquests were so confusing. I was just like, you know what? I don't have time for this right now. I'll do it later. Of course, it's from the Baidu community, so you can't understand anything because it's in Chinese. I kind of forgot about it. Then last week, a sub by the name of Nerf Elite Army asked me to check it out. So here we are. I'm ready now. I got my notes for the conquest so I can better explain what the hell's going on. First off, the campaigns. You get a ton of resources and medals from this first Axis one. But be aware that it is harder than the usual gameplay. You do the first one, you unlock all the other ones. This one is completely different. Check this out. You have to wipe out all the German positions and soldiers. So I used Manstein once I unlocked him and got his health up. You do rebuild health between rounds, so it might seem like it's not possible at first, but it is. General-wise, the generals are all the same as far as I've seen so far. I've not got my HQ completely maxed out yet. There is this area right here. I'm guessing this unlocks once you get max HQ, or maybe... I don't know. Probably anime characters. I'm not sure. In the HQ, I say anime because you get to choose from some anime for your generals. But they're shit. Like, this was the best one. This guy I chose because his facial hair was cool, and this one I chose because she was hot. That is how I choose my generals. How cool their facial hair is and how hot they are. Not combined. Separately. Okay, I think we're ready to go ahead and check out the conquests. Alright, 1939. Go ahead and pick Germany as the default country here. Not much really changed with 39. We do have Turkey joining the Axis. Germany was given a little bit of land down here. I think that was it for 39. Moving on to 43. This is where it starts to get interesting. So you have some members leaving the Axis powers. Spain is no longer a member. Turkey decided it was not a member. They joined Japan, India, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Iran, Turkey, Spain, Portugal, Canada, Brazil, and Thailand as a faction. Cuba joined the Axis, and then the other main faction is, of course, the US, the UK, the Russians, and the Chinese. So yeah, I don't know how they decided on that. It's interesting though. And it just gets more confusing from there. So this is actually an interesting map because each faction has 2 members. So you have... Oh, look at this. They put the swastika on backwards. What's up with that? So in this one, you have Germany and the US as a faction. You have Russia and Cuba, which has taken over a lot of land. Russia and Cuba as a faction. You have France and Egypt. Egypt has a nice little empire going on. So does France. You have the UK and China, which UK has Canada now, and China's done a little expansion into the north. Oh, Cuba also has down here in Ethiopia. In Somalia. Yeah, and then there's this weird shit like this. Frickin' alien, man. But what's he doing there? Nobody knows for sure. Maybe ancient alien technology. So that is it for that one. We got 1955. Which is again an interesting one because each faction has like 2 members. So you got Germany and Poland in a faction. Poland went ham and took over a shitload of area. Germany took out Spain and France. You also have Portugal and South Korea in a faction. So you can see what Portugal has done. Some of Canada, the UK, Scandinavia, some of Asia, and South Korea went crazy, took out all of China. The other faction is Finland and Mexico. So you see Finland scattered out through here. Mexico's actually done a little bit of work on the US. They've done a little bit more than just a little bit of work. They have totally shit-canned the US. The other faction is just Mongolia. And you can tell they've done some expanding themselves here. Do they really not have... I have it listed as they're on their own, but is that accurate? Let me choose them. Did I miss something? You would think they would be with somebody. No. Germany and Mongolia's battling it out. For Australia. Yeah, I guess they're on their own. Okay, next up is... Yeah, we got 3 1997s. Why? I don't know. So... There is a few factions in this as well. You got Germany, the US, Denmark, Italy, Poland, France, Romania, Bulgaria, Saudi Arabia, and Australia, all in a faction. You got Canada, Japan, China, Turkey, Greece, Egypt, Spain, Portugal, Yugoslavia, and Mexico in a faction. And you also have the USSR, India, Iran, Thailand, UK. Yeah, UK and the USSR are together. And then you just got these sporadic UN installations for some reason. I don't know why. Like, here's one. There's another one. So, yeah, that's kind of interesting map there. The second 1997 is cleaned up a little bit. You have some expansion by some of the major powers, and all these smaller countries are out of it. The aliens are in it. You can't play with them yet, though. You can later on. So in this one, you got Germany, the USA, France, Italy, Brazil, and Australia in a faction. Then you got the UK, the USSR, India in a faction. China's in it by themselves. Is that true? I keep second guessing myself. You got the UN again in its own faction, just randomly spread throughout the map, and then you got the aliens, of course. Yeah, it does look like China is on their... Oh, nope, China has Canada on their side. Did I have that written down? No, I did not. Good thing I checked. Oh, and they got Japan. What was I looking at? I am unfit to review mods. Okay, I know I will probably miss some things. You don't have to call me an asshole in the comments. It happens. The third 1997 is the aliens versus the world. And you can play with the aliens, if you so choose to. So yeah, they don't have much area. They're pretty congregated here, as you can see. And where else are they? Here. And oh, they got a pretty good foothold in here too. They got a shitload of aircraft. And in Africa. So yeah, that might be interesting to play through. Then you have these three maps. The first one is just the aliens versus the world again. As you can see, the aliens have greatly increased their landmass. The map looks a lot more like the... In fact, it might look exactly like the original Aliens map for World Conqueror 3. Most of it looks the same. Some of it might be a little bit different. Yeah, it's not exactly alike, I don't think, but it's close. You have the next one down here, which is aliens versus some other aliens with some human generals. I know, it doesn't make sense. I wish I could read what was going on. So here we are. You got these aliens against these other aliens, but now these other aliens have some human generals. So it looks like these aliens are getting screwed here. This actually looks like it could be fun. I would like to give this a try as this alien faction. Why did all the humans side with this alien faction and not this alien faction? That's kind of what I'm questioning. This might be like a full, a good full episode or something. And then we finally are coming to the last one here, which is aliens versus the UN. So we got our two alien factions again. Do they have? I was seeing if the aliens had any generals. It doesn't appear. It looks like all the generals went back to the UN. They were just like, being in the alien faction sucks. It looks like this faction started to gain a foothold, doesn't it? Looks like we know who won from the previous battle. We got a cat here. Why in the hell do we have a cat here? Why is there like some... Oh, wow. Hey, what? It's a cat, right? With no movement skill. And that, my friends, is why this... That's like the final point of why this mod does not make any sense. Anyways, bros, I think that wraps it up. There appears to be a couple interesting ones. I would like to play the 1955 with each faction having two nations, with Germany and Poland together. Also, the conquest that was in Chinese writing, when Germany is allied with the US, would be interesting. And then the aliens versus the aliens with all the human generals would be fun too. Anyways, bros, that is going to wrap this up. If you're enjoying this content, you know what to do. Slap this shit out of like, subscribe, and I'll see you back here for our next upload. Peace. Bruchminati out.